Recording. Yes, we are recording. Try not to clap as loud because you said something about that before. Back at it again. Coach Purdy, Coach Tyler. We're just talking about what we wanted to go over and whatnot, but we decided we're gonna kind of wing it. So things we've been talking about were weight cutting, which, in a way, I mean, well, yeah, it has to do with wrestling. But in a way, I think it also pertained more. Our discussion was more based on MMA stuff, but also you know, big thing in wrestling going on coming up this weekend. Conference tournaments. Coming in here? No doggy? Alright, the dog left. Alright, so, one of the greatest conferences there is for wrestling, the Southern Conference. No, I'm just kidding. Yes, that tournament is going on, and I am looking forward to watching that online. But
I was going with it too. I was like, "Yep." Wait,
yeah,
what?
Wait, threw them off. Threw them off. But Big Tens. I mean, it's like it's a mini NCAA tournament.
Yeah, it is. I mean, because you've got Ohio State, Iowa, Penn State, Michigan, Minnesota's in there, Illinois, and then after that, it's just like, eh.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy good.
But yeah, before we get into that, I just want to make a little quick note here. We're setting up an iTunes page.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna set up an iTunes page for our podcast.
We'll get the iTunes page on.
We'll upload stuff there as well, not only to YouTube but also to iTunes. So if you guys would start to download from iTunes as well, that would be very helpful to us because I just got done talking with Podcast One today, and they said if we can show that we get a consistent download of about 40K views, which 40,000 views seems like a lot, or download seems like a lot, but if you just like send it out and share it, we might can reach that goal, and then we can put our stuff on Podcast One, and that would help us out too, So, hey Pika. So yeah, just a quick little side note on that. We'll let y'all know when that gets up and running, and we'll put the links and all that into the store.
Yeah, definitely. We'll get all that set up. Also, another just little side. Well, I'm gonna bounce all around. The logo is finally finished. You guys see that? We'll post all that. Hey, look, it's kind of clear-ish. But anyway, so finished off our logo. Look for gear.
Yes, T-shirts.
Obviously,
we'll start with T-shirts.
We will obviously let you know when that stuff will be available. But I was bouncing around so much. Where was I?
We're talking about Big Tens.
Oh yeah, well you're also talking about like the iTunes stuff. We're gonna get the iTunes going soon, and then but also just like on the page, because I'm also looking at other apps just for the phone, because we're not, I guess you guys might not know, we're not always together doing stuff, but like we'll post stuff on the YouTube Cerberus account where obviously it'll be our main episodes like you're listening to / watching right now, and then we'll have some, we didn't know what the right name was for them, but we said like subcasts, like a subcast where it might just be Tyler, and Tyler had a really good one on the other day, and I might record something just thinking about something, so we might have like kind of
Mental Monday, Technique
Tuesday,
Tuesday,
stealing those from
like
different those names from different people. Ben Askren does like a Mental Monday, Technique Tuesday is one that I think like is a just because it works. I mean, lots of people do Technique Tuesdays, different things like that. But
Throw Thursdays,
that'd be fun.
That would be fun.
On site in the compound upstairs, on the mats, that would be awesome. You got the laptop, we might have to do that.
Yes.
All right, so, but we'll occasionally have what we'll call subcasts. We won't count them as like, when we number these episodes, we won't count them on there, but they'll be on there.
Yeah.
They'll be around.
Don't worry, all the wrestling podcasts that we be doing, we will always be together for the wrestling podcast aspect. Even if we have a guest, it's still going to be us two, because there's no one else that we can talk to around here that has any sort of, I don't want to say knowledge, but that...
Well, I mean, there are other people, but we just have the most fun talking together.
Yeah. There's no one who's as passionate about it as I would say.
Yeah. So, check out the subcasts. We'll just refer to them as subcasts. Yeah. We'll still have things, but we're also still looking to have our main episodes as well. So, just wanted to let you guys know what was going on. Whereas this is a fun thing for us, and it's just fun to be able to do it. We'd like to just see where this goes. And have fun with it. So. Also, another real quick before we get going, another shout out to Tommy Washington. I've been wearing all my Viking stuff like all week long, state champ. Got my North South jacket on today. He's also selected for that.
Cracking gear on today.
Cracking gear.
Don't tell me, show me.
We got him to start, so he didn't actually wrestle for us. He just beat us. But that's okay. Love my man. Great thing. Let's go ahead and really quickly go weight cut, and then I'm kind of excited about this because I feel
Oh,
like
yeah,
once we start
absolutely.
talking about this,
We might have to
I'm
break
almost
this
gonna
one.
say I want to pick two weights. You can pick two weights,
Yeah.
and kind of like name, and then we'll. I mean, who do you think's gonna come out on top? Like we'll kind of
Yeah.
play that game with it. Maybe I need to get a piece of paper out,
Or at least
yeah,
who
we can write
podiums.
down. We can write down who we
Yeah.
think who our picks were to win, and then we can see how we did,
Oh, yeah.
which will be kind of fun. So, actually, I'll make copy and paste and do that. We might switch seats here in a minute. So, weight cutting. What do you
Yeah.
think about weight cutting? I mean, obviously, yes, weight cutting is bad, but we know the reason for weight cutting and weight classes. Like, you got to determine who you're going to wrestle with, and having a weight class puts you in a spot where we can determine you will wrestle other people approximately the same size as you, which is fine, which is great. Well, I mean, we got to have weight class. We can't not have our weight class system. This is fighting and or wrestling. I also get the idea of it used to be, you want to be the big fish in the little pond. So, like maybe being bigger, well, that logic makes sense to a degree.
Yeah, to an extent it does.
But I think, when you have so much weight cutting, and I think more so problematic, not in wrestling, but more so in the fighting realm.
Oh, it's terrible.
Okay, NCAA's, college wrestling, high school wrestling, yeah, there's some bad weight cutting going on, but for the most part, I don't think there's too much wrong with the system in the sense of we have hydration tests, we have certification. Stuff has gotten so much better with what you have to do in order to be able to wrestle at certain weights, in the sense that you have to certify at this weight, you have to weigh in consistently. So it teaches you how to make. It's one of the great things about wrestling. It teaches you how to maintain, teaches you how to diet, teaches you discipline, all those things that we preach about that makes wrestling great. Are there instances where people are still doing it the wrong way? Yes, and I hate that for the sport, and I hate that for them. But at the same time, like, slightly old school part of like wrestling is like, what it's like to cut weight. So like you have that instantaneous bond.
Yeah.
But none of us were cutting or should have been cutting to the point where I have some funny college stories. I mean, cutting weight that weren't. I've done it all the wrong way myself.
Me and Quasi talked about one the other day when we were at the shooting range.
Yeah.
About him cutting weight.
Yeah, we've all done it the wrong way. And luckily enough, nothing ever tragic happened to any of us, minus cramps and losing. But there's a bond that gets built from that as well.
Yeah.
Now, on the flip side, where I think weight cutting has gone rampantly out of control is MMA.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
I think that's what.
Yeah. That's pretty much our main gripe about the weight cutting issue, because at least in wrestling, if you're cutting weight, you're only cutting just to get to like a weight class below you at them, and it's usually you're not that far off.
Yeah, if you're
But
gonna
with-
make that cut or that choice, you're gonna discipline and do it the right way.
Yeah, and then with
But-
MMA though, you have guys who are walking around at like 220 pounds, cutting weight all the way to about 185 pounds, which is ridiculous.
And I don't mind them going into a camp and getting healthy and leaned out, but like some of the stuff that they're doing at the end with the water weight is just, it's absurd. Like, I mean, we've got people like coming to these events, like, it was especially bad when they used to be able to IV. I don't know how many of you guys know, but wrestling, or not wrestling, but MMA, they used to be able to immediately after weigh-ins get an IV.
Yeah,
Which is pretty bad. Like, if you need an IV to recuperate, that was like standard practice.
Yeah.
But now they've done away with that to like try to get people to stop doing it. But we still have people, shows get not canceled, but main events get changed or events get changed, and this and that happens, and it's because of weight cutting. These guys are like destroying their bodies,
Yeah, they're
like shutting down organs and just doing craziness that.
Yeah, Uriah Hall recently had to drop his fight because he was having seizures due to weight cut complication. I mean, it's extremely dangerous. People don't realize. Well, one, in my opinion, you're kind of cheating the fans when you start doing this, because you're not.
That's what I was gonna say. Is like MMA is a business and it's entertainment.
Yeah.
So
it's a spectacle.
One, these people are losing money. Fans are losing out because they paid to see an event. Like when we, split a pay-per-view, or you go someplace to go buy some wings and hang out, and you go to see people, and then that doesn't happen. Now you've, like, in a way, it's almost a selfish thing. Not only have you been able to not fight for yourself, but all these people who paid and wanted to see something no longer get to do that as well. In wrestling, it's not so much of a business, whereas we all want to see somebody wrestle and we want to go see our highlight people, but at the same time, like, it's making weight is different. That's why most wrestlers, I'm gonna say most, but because some haven't made weight, but most wrestlers know how to make weight, and you make weight, and you go out and you do your business to perform. It's part of what you do. It's part of the
Well, it's
sport.
also with MMA. MMA does the day before weigh-ins, whereas
Oh,
wrestling
gosh,
it's
even
always
worse.
it's the day of.
And
So
see, that's what I mean. Like wrestling, I
they can
think has
serve.
made the steps where it used to be day of wrestling. So like you could weigh in for something,
Yeah.
a duel that night in the AM. You know, I think a couple times in college before all this stuff happened, it was like that morning of 12:01, we were at weigh-ins,
Yeah.
and then about everybody sucked dry, and so doing things the wrong way. But so there are technicalities and things like that. So
I mean, and then you think of it as when you start to, especially with MMA, and you deplete all your energy, because what people don't realize is there's 2 steps to weight
takes
cutting.
a toll. on
Yeah,
the body.
there's 2 steps. The first one is you got to get rid of the water weight, and that's miserable. You're gonna
And
be
that's really
cramping.
the last step, actually,
well, I mean, it's one. Yeah, it's technically the last. But then the second or first, whichever you want to word it or flip it, is you put yourself in a caloric deficit as far as like what you eat. So you're now depriving your body of food, and you're already losing your energy. You're losing your strength. You're using
Anybody who's
yeah.
ever dieted and tried to
It's-
count
it's
calories,
miserable,
that
yeah.
like you don't feel good like
You're
on a day to day
lethargic,
thing.
yeah.
But imagine like trying to still compete at a high level
Yes.
and do that. Like it's
Yeah, I mean, just imagine someone like, for instance,
go try to run a marathon without
Yeah.
eating carbs.
yeah,
Like,
you couldn't do
your
it.
body just doesn't
You
want to
would
function.
shut down.
Like things, it
I mean, just
doesn't work
imagine
well.
seeing people like, who didn't have to cut weight. They could go out there. The fights would be more exciting. You'd probably see more knockouts, which is that's
Yeah,
a
okay,
little
so-
dangerous.
But at that same time, like I'm not gonna lie, as the entertainment,
Oh, I
to be
love it.
entertained, we want to see it. Like that's why
I'm
we're
like the emperor in the stands, like with the gladiators. I'm like,
watching.
does he live or die?
like end them all?
Yeah.
Uh,
Like,
So-
that's me.
But and then also coming back to like wrestling and the weight cut thing, like all the conference tournaments and stuff are coming up. Like I just hope that everybody's got their weight on point and like
Oh,
everything's
gosh, yeah.
going and like you're not gonna see anybody miss weight at Big Ten.
Oh, no.
You're not gonna see. They're gonna do it and somehow still perform. Like although one of the weights I'm curious about, like some of the people lately have been up and down. Like who's the person? Who's the like? Have they had weight issues?
Yeah.
And like it's
So
kind of like
for instance,
one of those
like
things.
the big, like what you were saying, like what if everyone's not? And this is not saying that either of them are close on weight or anything, but say if someone like Lee or Suriano did not make weight, there would be so many people so angry because that's one match we've been wanting to see all along.
Do you think it happens?
Do I think absolutely it happens?
Do you,
Better.
do you, I mean, no, do you really think it happens?
I do.
I-
I do.
Alright, so let's just switch because I want to like touch
Okay.
this up.
I get the comfortable chair
You
now.
just come chair. We're getting another chair up in here soon. Don't worry about that, okay?
We're also actually, this is kind of off note. We're looking at maybe getting like a little office space type thing at. Someone was talking about they're expanding on a gym, and he's like, "Hey, I like what you're doing.
Yeah.
I might build an actual podcast room." He's like, "I might build a podcast room, and you guys can just it would pretty much be like our office, so we can even do recording videos out of there as far as like technique videos, or if he wants to come in and do a quick little like we said subcast." Coach Purdy could do it, or I could do it. I could go in there. We could bring different people in. It'd be pretty cool. It's like almost another job for us.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. As far as like Big Tens are going, I mean, we're about to start getting into it. I would say the obvious. The biggest weight class everyone's going to be watching. I mean, there's going to be a lot of awesome matchups, but I think the biggest is going to be 125. I mean, it's just stacked, just from top to bottom, just about.
Mm-hmm. Hey, there's our.
Oh, hey!
We're still up. All right.
Shout out to our old Penn
Our old
State,
doc.
Ohio State episode.
Yep. All right. I'm gonna do this. Choose there. Bam, bam. Choose. Spinning wheel of death. All right. So.
You want me to turn that light off? It's kind of making your face really bright.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Here, I just want to see it.
Wait, you don't like my glow?
No, I don't like the glow.
Oh man.
He's
All right.
glowing up. Let's see, is that too dark? Yeah, that's too dark.
Just rotate it.
Let's rotate it up. Or let's see. Sorry, we're fixing the lighting, guys. It was a little. Yeah, looks better.
All right, we'll roll with that.
Whoa, yeah.
All right, so, yeah. All right, so the first weight, like I said, we still got some time, so we're gonna see how many weights we get into. Obviously, some weights are just gonna be more exciting than others. Not necessarily to say that the weights that are gonna be exciting at Big Ten are going to be the ones that are always going to be exciting at
NCAA's.
At NCAA. Some of them are going to be basically NCAA's, and with a few other people, like 125, first one up. Basically, Big Ten's.
Basically, yeah. And
It
I
is
think
going to
minus
be
one other guy.
Is going to be who else is in at 125? All right, we got Suriano, Lee, Tomasello, Rivera, Lezak, Welch, Foley, Matten, Oliver. You know, really.
I mean, there's one other guy we're forgetting about there.
Who's Michigan got at 125?
Michigan at 125 has what's his name? Matten, Drew Matten.
Okay.
No, I'm talking about Darian Cruz, but he's not as big.
Cruz.
I mean,
oh, jeez, yeah.
But yeah, Michigan's got Drew Matten.
I feel like everybody else, like when it comes to Cruz, just completely forgot about him. But he is. You say his name, and he is right up in there. Basically, Big Tens. So you think? Lee, wow, dead silence. You think Suriano and Lee in the finals?
Oof.
You said you no.
No, that's what I'm thinking it's gonna be. It's either gonna be Suriano and Lee, or it's gonna somehow be NATO and Lee again. But I want with.
No, it can't be.
No, it can't be
because if they're 1 and 3.
Yeah, if it's 1 and 3, that wouldn't happen.
Yeah, because if this is we're going by the pre-seed what we looked at, unless the seeds change, which I don't think they
I doubt
have.
they will.
But yeah, I mean, so that means
the only
NATO and Suriano are on the same side of the bracket, then, aren't they? Then.
Yeah, because it would be they would be here. So yeah, it still could be Lee and NATO by chance. If you're looking, depending, so you would have,
if you want because Suriano's gonna have to beat Tomasello, which I don't know if they've wrestled yet. Lee beat Tomasello, which is the only reason why he's at number 2 versus 3. There's this Riviera guy, no slouch, but he lost. Lezak, the backpack, which we were all high on earlier in the year, but who was it that it was NATO. NATO teched him, didn't he? He teched him on his return. So you almost can't. But he's so still dangerous. Welch is a guy to keep an eye out on, I think. But in all honesty, I think 1, 2, and 3. Suriano, Lee, and Tomasello is the matchup. I'm curious to see Tomasello and Suriano in the semis against Spencer and whoever. In the semis, what do you think it'd be? Spencer and Rivera or Spencer and somebody else? I mean, I guess I gotta look how the brackets would be.
Yeah,
exactly something like that.
I think Lee's a lock. Honestly, in my opinion, I don't think anyone's.
You think Spencer Lee's?
I think Spencer Lee is a lock. Regardless.
All right, so you're on the free the Lee.
I am.
So who wins?
Respect to Lee, Spencer Lee.
All right.
Who do I think wins?
Who you got?
Okay, so depending on who comes out with either Suriano, NATO, if it was Suriano and Lee, I would say I'm gonna go ahead and say I'd say Suriano.
I was gonna say, is he ever gonna pick?
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm rambling.
Oh wow, you said Suriano.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Suriano if it's Suriano and Lee.
Howard. Huh?
I love Spencer Lee, but I just don't know. It's gonna be tough. Like I would love for him to win, especially going to NCAA's. But Spencer Lee, get it done at NCAA's. I want you to be a 4-timer. Please do it for me.
All right. So he said Spencer Lee, please be a 4-timer, and let me just show everybody real quick. But yet he picked. I'm being petty right now. Petty Purdy. It's one of my nicknames. All right.
There we go. I'm picking Suriano. I'm standing by it. I'm standing.
I don't think we got. Anyway, he picked Suriano after all that talk about Lee.
Word.
I know, like what?
Hey, we have to have some diversity here. You know what? That's what it is. We need to finally disagree. So that's what it is. I'm being
You see that look like right in the funny way how that. No, all right. So I picked Lee. The reason why I picked Lee is
he's been unstoppable.
He's beaten Tomasello. And Suriano we hadn't seen in a while.
No, But then again,
There's speculation.
Soriano,
Did he? There was like flu-like symptoms, so he's had them now. Which, if you only have flu-like symptoms, that's a bye. You're fine.
Yeah.
You'll you can do whatever you want.
I
Not
should
whatever you want, but you had the flu. You'll get over it, and you'll be
pulled,
back into it. But
Cinderella story. Carson Coon. Carson Coon at the 14 seed coming in, taking it all.
But I think he had the flu. He'll be back. But I'm just going on. I hadn't seen him in a while, and I'm kind of like I like the big mega knee pads / leg brace.
Yeah.
That's as big as him and Marinelli. So, all right, 33.
33. Who do I have? I'm gonna be biased here. I'm going Mičić.
Michigan, yeah, you are a big Michigan fan. All right.
I'm going Mičić. Especially after he already beat Pletcher this year, so Pletcher just hasn't been. Pletcher hadn't really been doing anything for me this year. I mean, he's gotten a lot of. I mean, yeah, he's been winning, but a lot of it's just threes. He's getting a lot of threes, and outside of Mičić and Pletcher, I mean, there's some solid cats, but nothing that's like, woo, stands
So
out.
McKee.
Yeah, well, I'm saying like outside of McKee's. I mean, he's a stud, but it's not like you're looking at Nato, Lee, and Suriano.
Yeah.
It's not like a big three. It's like you have one A and like I'd say you have a 1, 2, and 3, whereas at 25 you have one A, 1C, or 1B, whatever.
I agree. I wanted to say I need to make a split screen with these. I wanted to say Pletcher earlier on in the year, but I don't know. He's lost a couple times, and I don't know if it's one of those things. If maybe it's a weight cut, who knows? But something didn't fire, and I like Mičić. I like his freestyle background. I just like him a lot. So I'm gonna go there. Now, 141. 141. I think the bigger discussion is actually it's not that the bigger discussion is outside of the Big Ten, but I think at NCAA's 141 dramatically gets better with Bryce Meredith. Who else was there? There was somebody else. Well, just having Bryce Meredith and ACC teams. So Bryce Meredith. I'm drawing a blank. NC State's dude. I think he's got his number. What's his name? At 41.
Jack.
Jack. Yeah. So Jack. I just think there's a lot of good competition in 41 outside of the Big Tens as well. For me personally, there are two things that make this hard for me though. I want to pick Joey McKenna to win it. I'm a Joey McKenna fan. I loved his freestyle stuff. I love him, his style of wrestling. I know he hadn't had like the greatest, but I like his wrestling. I want to cheer for Joey McKenna, but Tommy Thorne, his kryptonite, who's ranked number 6, is up in this tournament, and I'm not even gonna mention Nick Lee. Everybody's on the Nick Lee bandwagon. He's real good. There was only one free the Lee. It was Spencer Lee. I had him picked, not him. I had him. No, I'm petty. But I like Chad Red too. Oh my God, do I like Chad Red?
Chad Red is
and
him and
that matchup is another matchup that I just want to watch. I want to watch Chad Red, McKenna. I want to see. But it's not the way it works out though. Yeah.
They had an awesome match.
I was saying I love watching Chad Red. I want to see Carr up against Lee, but I don't. The way that works out, it's like 1 and 3, 2 and 4. So the way those brackets work out. No, it's 1 and 4, 2 and 3, right?
It goes 1, 4, 2. No.
On the which side of the bracket are they on? 8-man bracket.
So it would be
1 and 8, 2 and 7,
3 and 6.
I gotta draw that out. I'm
4
too
and
much
5.
of a visual person.
So it'd be 4, 5. So you'd
Which side of the bracket is that on though? Is that on whose side are they on? Jeez.
Yeah, guys, we're sorry here.
Bracket.
We're trying to do this like just basically off visual, as if we haven't seen enough wrestling tournaments.
Yeah,
in our
1,
day.
8, 2, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? Is that how it goes? 1, 8. Ah, jeez, I went
You went
backwards.
the wrong way.
I went backwards.
It would go. It's 1 versus 8.
I just wrote all this out when I set up our brackets for our other stuff. 1, 8, 2, 7,
3,
3,
6,
6,
and then 4, 5. Or
4,
yeah.
5. Alright, so 8, Stickley and McKenna, and then 3 and 6 would be.
Oh, so yeah, you could see Tommy Thorne and McKenna.
See, that's
Yeah.
But no, wait, 3 and 6. So we got 3 of
Michael Carr versus
Carr.
Tommy
So
Thorne.
that would also be fun. Based off seeing that, I'm gonna say he finally gets it done. He gets past Tommy Thorne. He gets it by, and we're gonna see McKenna versus Red in the finals. McKenna beats Red.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with, McKenna, you're a solid wrestler. There's no disrespect here, but I see you meeting back up with Thorne, and I don't see you winning. So I'm actually, with that being said, I don't see you beating Thorne, and I don't see Thorne holding a candle to Nick Lee. So I have Nick Lee winning.
All right, good call.
We had much more. Like, we were much more in common with the OSU stuff. Now this is where I don't think we've agreed on.
All right,
Ooh, this was gonna.
Do we even highlight? Yeah, I mean, jeez.
Pretty much
Okay,
it's going
so-
down to 2 guys.
All right.
Yeah, we've got plenty of time. We're only like 20 minutes.
Yeah. All right. So this is the way this is gonna plan out. I'm writing Purdy next to Rutherford. Okay. I'm gonna put Tyler down here because if he doesn't pick him, he's a fool, and I'm kicking him off. All right.
I'm
So
out. No,
deuces, man, get out.
It's one.
No,
I mean, it's a wrap. There's I don't
Is
see.
as much as Sorensen, how good he is. Now I do hope that maybe, I'm gonna say I do hope maybe he comes out and beats him in a surprise. That just shakes up all of everything and gets rid of this mystique of Rutherford being undefeatable. But right now, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna say I'm on the Zane train.
Yeah. What you were speaking of is a hypothetical situation.
I would love to see it, but if anybody can do it, it's gonna be Sorensen.
It would be be Sorensen,
but I don't think it's gonna happen. I think this plays out. That's 1 versus 2. It's gonna be there. Keyshawn Hayes is lucky to be 5 at Big Tens.
Hey, Keyshawn, I still stand by it, man. I really thought you were gonna get that 6. You were gonna hold an L with Zane. And Zane in the membrane. Malik Amin.
Amin.
Yeah, Amin.
Where's
Amin get destroyed. Actually, he did get destroyed against Zane earlier in the year.
Yeah.
I mean, he was aggressive. But
didn't Amin beat Keyshawn?
No.
Was that?
I think that was Miles.
Did he bump where? How?
No, Miles beat Jordan. I think it was Bo Jordan. Amin lost to Hayes by.
Did he lose to Hayes?
I think by like 1 or 2.
Who stalled Hayes out? Was that against like Virginia Tech or somebody, something like that?
So.
But yeah, Blees, Martin. I'm just thinking of a name that I've seen that would just. Yeah. All right. I'm done with 149. Okay.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
Yeah. I mean, and not to dismiss anybody, which I kind of just did. It was just a. It wasn't a dismiss. It's just like his dominance is so.
So we're coming to. I hate to cut you off, but we're coming to a 1 and 1A, another weight class where this.
Well, the only reason why they got the tie for 1 right now is because of the
because
whole Jason Off thing. Jason Off's. Now I'm gonna say it right. Jason Off. I don't think he's gonna wrestle. They're gonna wait to see what happens to the Big Tens. He's gonna step on the mat. He's gonna take his injury default, and then he's going to get his automatic bid and go to NCAA's. There's no reason for him whatsoever to wrestle in this tournament.
Yeah.
And Brisk getting hurt.
Okay,
None.
No, I agree with you. I don't see him wrestling now, but at the same time, fingers crossed. Like if we're having a perfect scenario here, which nothing's ever perfect, obviously. If we see him out there, then we could discuss that. But do you want to just go ahead and you just want to go ahead and make the prediction that he's not wrestling?
He's not wrestling.
Okay,
no,
so
we're
going to say
he's not wrestling.
No,
so Kemmers are our man. Can Pantelio, Jordan, or Berger beat Kemmer? Matter of fact, can anybody else in the nation at 157 beat Kemmer? because
Yeah.
You think?
No. I'm saying like I agree.
I was
with you,
about to say, I was like, because
I could see
his
Pantaleo,
dominance
yeah.
has just been overshadowed by Nolf's.
Yeah, I can see Pantaleo putting up a good match, but even being a Michigan fan, I just don't see Pantaleo coming out with a W. So yeah, I'm going to pick Kimmer here at 57. So we just agreed twice in a row.
Yeah. You did. All right, now this I was gonna say we're gonna pick two. If I had to pick two weights that I wanted to watch,
This is gonna be great.
if I had to pick two weights to watch at Big Tens, so when I switch off from the Southern Conference tournament, the two weights that I'm gonna watch are 125 and 165.
By the way, this is how you count two. For people who don't know. Two.
3. All right. So that being said, 165.
Okay, so we
The
actually
way
might
the
need to
bracket-
look at this. Yeah. So
the
we
way the
might
bra-
have to look at that.
The way the bracket works out, look. This is the mini NCAA's right here. We got Isaiah Martinez, he's number 1. Alex Minarelli, number 2. Vincenzo Joseph, number 3. Richie Lewis, who, mind you not, is a under 23 world champ as well in freestyle.
Looking at a sleeper.
But didn't he lose to both Marinelli and Vincenzo?
And then
Wick is like crazy good. Wanzik, whatever. Oh God, Wanzik and Logan Massa.
Logan Massa has a red shirt. Technically he's a sophomore, red shirt freshman, whatever you want to call
Oh
him.
wait, Sean Campbell. That's the dude that's always that got stalled out. All right, I gotta make an apology to
Hayes.
Hayes. I'm gonna make an apology to Hayes.
I'm not making an apology to Hayes. I wanted him to get pinned.
Yeah. Okay. But
He's gonna
what's
find
his
me.
name? T-Sean. He's the one that got stalled out.
Yeah,
Wasn't it?
I think so.
Okay, he's the one that he's lucky to be top 10 because he's like 19th in the country, but somehow is top 10 here. Like I don't know, whatever. But Massa's good. Look, I'm telling
Massa's
you, White.
having to face Marinelli.
No, look, I'm telling you, White is
Isaiah
good.
White from
Isaiah
Nebraska.
White from Nebraska at number 8 is.
Ooh, he's got Imar first round though.
No, because this is gonna be a 16-man bracket.
Oh.
'Cause there's
I'm sitting here looking at it. So we got 16-man bracket.
Yeah, so this one's gonna be even bigger. But but still potentially. That being said, I think Isaiah White makes some noise. I want to know who you think is in the finals against Martinez.
Against Imar. So
And I just so you know, I'm putting my name next to Imar. Imar wins.
who do I think could be in the finals? It cannot be Joseph because they're on the same side of the bracket. I think if it's a 16-man bracket, they would eventually meet.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
I think Imar hands Marinelli his first loss.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Marinelli beats him in the finals.
Ooh, you're going Marinelli?
No. I'm saying Imar meets him in the finals, and Marinelli does not come out with a win. Okay. Imar is just unstoppable this year. Well, I mean, like he hasn't been every other year, but you know what? No, I'm gonna say Marinelli just to be different because we are agreeing too much right now.
Because I was like, I don't want to change.
So no, I'm going Marinelli. Just to be different.
I'm gonna make you change. And put it over here because I wanted my two legging knee pad brothers from Iowa to both win. Spencer Marinelli. Ah,
Spencer Marinelli. That would be a dominant wrestler.
Yeah, Spencer Marinelli is going to win now. But yeah, Imar hands Vincenzo Joseph another loss.
So with Vincenzo Joseph being 3, Massa being 7. Do you think they can meet up here, or would they?
I'd have to look up that.
I would love. They had a pretty good match when they wrestled not too long ago, and I'd love to see that again.
Yeah, I'd like to find that bracket.
Going 8-man, 74.
All right, Mark Hall, Bo Jordan. I know Miles. How do you say his last name? Amin. I always want to say anime or something like that. An enemy. He's named an enemy. He beat Bo Jordan. Last minute takedown, was that one? Or which
how that worked out? It was either that one or it was.
It was the Mean and Jordan. Yeah.
It was that one, last minute takedown.
I think this plays out the way it's supposed to play out. just because of somehow, some way, those two just keep finding a way to meet.
Yeah.
Mark Hall, Bo Jordan. I think it happens. I think whatever happened there between those two, as I'm clicking away at Mark Hall, Bo Jordan meeting up again, and then I'm saying whatever happened between Jordan and an enemy.
What is that from? Finding Nemo?
Yeah. I think Jordan fixes whatever happened. I don't see a lot else going on right now. This is the Mark Hall, Bo Jordan show, and I really thought that Bo Jordan needed to find a way to win last time. If Bo Jordan doesn't find a way to beat him this time, I think it's cemented and Mark Hall wins. No, wait, no. I take that back. I think it's cemented that Mark Hall will beat Bo Jordan if they ever meet again. But I take Arizona State, Valencia to win.
Anthony, isn't it?
Zahid. Zahid's the bigger one.
I always get those two mixed up. Which way?
Yeah, I think it's the Bo Jordan Mark Hall show. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna vote against Mark Hall again today. I will say that I think Zahid beats Mark Hall in NCAA's.
So
Bo Jordan just hadn't, just watching those two wrestle and other things. Not to say that he hadn't impressed me, because he's darn impressive. And I hate to say that about anybody, but just on that tier of man, it's a 3-man race in my mind with those three, and I just think that watching them perform, Zahid and Mark Hall are performing at this level, and Bo is right here, but those three are this far away from everybody else, though. So I don't want it to sound like a knock against Bo Jordan, because I mean no disrespect to him whatsoever. I think he's a fabulous wrestler, but every time I've picked somebody over Mark Hall has proven me wrong.
Yeah.
And he may prove me wrong again at NCAA's. And if he proves me wrong in NCAA's, then I will mark it now. I will never pick against him again.
So Mark Hall has proved me wrong every time I've doubted him, just like you said.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna give him a chance to do it again. So I'm gonna go with Jordan, Bo Jordan, and I'm gonna tell you why. I think Bo Jordan, after that duel they had, Ohio State, Penn State.
Mm-hmm.
And Mark Hall
man, if he doesn't come back fired up with how he lost,
I think he's gonna be jazzed up. He's gonna be woo, and I see him coming out with that. And I also think he realizes it's gonna play a big part in the whole
that's what I'm saying.
NCAA. So I think
Abinator. Oh wait, I already wrote you down for what you picked. You picked him.
Yeah, Bo Jordan.
Yeah, you got Jordan.
Yeah, I got Bo Jordan.
All right. 3-man race for me. Bo Nickel, Miles Martin, Abinator, or however you say his name, but I think it says Abinator. 184. I almost want Abinator to upset somebody.
He can do it.
He can.
He's come close to beating Nickel.
Is this the time to pick against Bo Nickel, though? It's not NCAA's, it's just Big Tens, and is this the time to go against him?
That's a tough one. I can see him playing it more conservative here at the Big Tens almost, but I don't know.
No, I don't think he plays conservative. I think he goes.
I'm just
saying he goes all out still.
See, with Bo Nickel, him and Abinator, when they wrestled, it was very controversial if that was 2 at the end.
Mm-hmm.
But
Abinator's going to be 3. He's going to be on the same side as Nickel.
So they're going to have to.
Can Abinator beat Nickel to face Martin in the finals?
I think since that match, Bo Nickel has been just absolutely phenomenal. He was phenomenal before, but I mean he's just been running roughshod through everybody. So I don't see Dom winning with this one. And so we go Bo Nickel, Miles Martin, Bo. I'm gonna pick Bo. I was gonna pick Martin, but he already put me down for Bo.
I did. I wanted to be the guy that's gonna go.
This is the one that we.
This is the one that I kind of want to do exactly what you did over here. I'm gonna give him one more shot. I'm giving Miles another shot.
I think
it's kind of
Did we both pick Martin last time, or did you pick Bo last time?
Could tell you in a minute.
Because I remember, I think I picked Miles Martin, if I'm not mistaken.
So let's do this. Let's just check that real fast.
Yeah. You
What?
picked nickel with the major last time.
Oh yeah.
And I had Miles Martin. So now we're flipping. I'm going Bo. And he's going Miles.
Yep. Alright, so
That's fine.
that's kind of fun to have on there, though.
Yeah.
Alright, so that leads us to, which I should save this. I'm going to save these after we get done. Alright.
We'll autograph, put them on eBay.
We're going to have our own files. Alright. I'm going to surprise you here, but I'm going to let you go first.
Okay, so
97 Colin Moore. They went with Shakur Rashid, even though the other guy from Penn State is the one that beat Colin Moore in the duel. And they went with Shakur. Shakur's the longer curly hair dude. It's not Caesar or Castor or something like that. But anyway, the other Penn State guy was the one that beat Colin Moore. Penn State still decided to go Shakur Rashid because, no lie, he's been.
Wait, who did Rashid beat? I thought Rashid might have. No.
Rashid's beat almost everybody else.
Yeah, Rashid has beaten everyone. I'm trying to think. He beat someone big recently. No, I didn't. But yeah.
And then, but here we've got. All right, well, go ahead. Let's go down. So who you got in this one?
Who do I got?
Who you got?
So Colin Moore has been, although he has been pretty consistent, he did take that L. I watched Rashid. Rashid's very athletic, and I love the way he wrestles. I'm actually going to surprise you. I'm not even going to pick Colin Moore. I'm either going with Rashid or Wilkie from Iowa.
I got Wilkie. All right, so I said, well, I was going to surprise you. I was going to go somebody here. I decided on.
Surprise me.
Shut up.
I was looking at Wilkie.
We're going to fight now.
He was slept on, guys.
All right, Wilkie's been slept on. I think he shows out big. Colin Moore, I don't know what his issue is. He, look bad, look good, look bad. I'm going to say Wilkie gets by him and beats Shakur Reed in the finals.
I agree. I'm going to go Wilkie as well.
Wow.
It wasn't that big of a shock to me when you picked him because, I mean, everyone's... I don't want to say...
You know how funny it is that,
he's
that I kind of figured that was going to be kind of big and we were just talking about, but we both kind of were already thinking that way.
Yeah. I mean, it's great minds think alike.
Yes.
No, I mean, hands down, people just do not talk about Wilkie enough.
Yep. Hey, my doggy's barking at somebody.
You hear the dogs, guys?
Yeah. All right, last one, and then we're going to wrap it up.
We actually hit exactly what we wanted to.
Nice.
Awesome.
All right. Not even mention anybody else. This is the Adam Kuhn Kyle Snyder Show. Make your pick.
Adam Kuhn, you know I love you, but Snyder all day. Snyder, man.
Snyder. Although,
Joe McFarland, if you see this, please don't, please still email me back. Don't be like, oh, he's not picking.
I'm not surprised if Adam Kuhn wins here, and I'm not even worried about it because I just think that Kyle Snyder's progression is going to be one that he set NCAA's. Kyle Snyder is our champion.
Champion of the world.
I just can't bring myself to cheer against him.
No, you can't.
So I can't do it.
Especially after him losing last time, I think there's gonna be hell to pay.
Yeah, well, I don't even mind seeing him lose one more time, just because as he prepares, kind of like that gamesmanship of I don't know. I can't see him gaming it up that way of not winning, but of him not changing his game plan, so that literally when he sees him at NCAA's, it's a whole different level of attack, a different setup. The way he goes after him is just something that all he has, to get there, all he has to do, he's going to be second in NCAA's if he loses to him in the finals. But not showing him what your new approach is a level of gamesmanship that I don't think many people are willing to do. But I don't mind if that happens.
So realistically, we're I know we just went straight to Snyder because one we
but we are just so basically we're both saying we pick Snyder because of our the man crush on him, whatever you want to call it, how great he is. But I'm not looking.
We're looking over two people, two very solid competitors, both Neville's and Stoll.
I forget Neville's. Stoll is a better competitor. All right. Yeah. I'm sorry. That was very mean.
But yeah, it definitely.
No, actually, Neville's is actually pretty good.
I mean, those are all.
But
solid
I just want to say,
but it's between Adam Kuhn and Adam Kuhn and Snyder, and I'm gonna go with Snyder. I think there's gonna be. Yeah. I think he is you know what? No, you're not gonna beat me again, there, bud. Yeah.
So like I said, I don't know, but. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up. We got to roll. you know, we might get in a little mini episode before Big Tens, or definitely right after Big Tens is over. We'll be right back at you.
100%.
I'm going to save this, and we're just going to see where things played out. You know, checking out that Southern Conference tournament.
All right.
All right.
See you.
Peace.